Good morning. My mom and I are here at the Arthur's Rock Trailhead, located inside Lory State Park. And it costs $10 to get in here. Official start time, 8:15. Got a little bit of a late start because this was a last minute decision to come hiking today. Yeah, it was calling for rain. However, the skies don't look that bad. And this first part of the trail is really pretty. Get a few steps through here. And these things are treacherous in the winter. They get all icy. Yeah, they're slick as snot. I hate to say it, but this trail smells like dog poop down here. Seriously, I keep checking my shoes. I was checking my backpack. I'm like, where's that smell coming from? It's not me. I took a shower 2 days ago. Yeah, this week has been rainy thus far, and my weather app was showing rain for today too. But when I went out this morning, I was seeing blue skies. So I was like, I need to go rock out a small little hike. So we're here, Arthur's Rock, and this is a small little hike. This shouldn't take us too long at all to get up there, maybe an hour. It's a little cloudy out here today, but this has by far been the best day of the week. We've actually got some blue sky popping through. And it's so funny too, because I go from hiking Long's Peak to Arthur's Rock. That's like both ends of the spectrum right there. But you get it all here on the Sangetta hiking channel. I remember I came out here with a girl one time who was talking a big hiking game, like she could do anything, and she made it up to this tree and then wanted to turn around. Yep, right here. She's like, can we go back? I'm tired. And then at another time, during the winter, I had actually dropped one of my micro spikes down there and had to go down there and get it, which was slightly scary. Meanwhile, there's like 4 people just standing up here on the trail looking down, seeing if I'm gonna die or not. I'm like, thanks for the help, guys. We're coming up to the meadow, and I think we have finally got out of the lower area down there that smelled like dog poop. That was nasty. It smelled like kibbles and shits. And that's gonna be Arthur's Rock right up there. I've got shorts on, a cotton t-shirt. I didn't bring the GPS. I'm not taking this hike seriously at all. Yeah, this hike isn't too hard at all. However, it does seem to get you sweaty. I feel like my whole back is wet already. Yeah, it's humid, low elevation. So it's going to get warm down here. And sadly, we're starting to lose the summer colors. The green is starting to fade and everything's turning golden brown. That's a bummer. The summer always goes by so quickly. It's like, yay, it's here, and then it's over. And in 35 minutes, we've made it up here to the Scenic overlook. And this is the view from the overlook, looking down onto the Horsetooth Reservoir. And if you live in Fort Collins, there are 3 must-do hikes up here. 3 rites of passages: Arthur's Rock, Horsetooth Rock, and Gray Rock Mountain. And Arthur's is going to be the easiest of the 3. So we've come up 1.1, and we've still got another 0.6 up to the Arthur's Rock summit. And you're going to get a little bit of gain through here. Back when I did this trail for the very first time and didn't know anything about anything, I thought that overlook was the top. I didn't even see this trail. It wasn't until the second time when I was like, what? We weren't even up there? Derp. Lots of trail runners out here and lots of humidity. Man, it's just sticky out here. This really isn't that hard of a trail, and we're both pouring with sweat. My shirt is like completely soaked. I guess this hike is a little more serious than I thought it was. I just checked Cotrex to see what the elevation gain was, and it's right around 1,200 vertical feet. I didn't think it was that much. But yeah, this thing goes up, especially towards the end here. And there it is right up there, summit of Arthur's Rock. We're getting pretty close now. And we've made it out to the final section here. These are going to be the Hobbit stairs. And I named them that. Home stretch. And we're up here, summit of Arthur's Rock. And this took us 1 hour and 5 minutes. This isn't the tippy top. That's going to be right out there.
Kinda.
Let's take it to the top. It's a tad bit sketchy up here, but not too bad. This rock is pretty rough, so it's easy to get a good grip. And there it is, summit. All right, Arthur's Rock. Boom, got it. And these are the views from the summit, looking more to the north. Ooh, that breeze feels good. We got like a 3-mile-per-hour wind coming through. That feels amazing. And this little drop off right here, that's probably as bad as anything on the way up to Long's Peak, to be honest. It might be a little worse up there. I'm not sure, but it's not as bad as you think. And that's looking back in the direction that we've come from. We're gonna drop it down off the summit and find a good place to boil up some tea. And that blue sky went away quick. It's all dark and cloudy out here now. And you know what time it is up here on Arthur's Rock. It's tea time. It's just now 10 o'clock. And I think we've been sitting up here on Arthur's Rock for 40 minutes or so. But it's time to go. It's time to head on back. And on the way back, we think we're going to take the Howard Trail, which is just a little bit longer. However, we will avoid any potential crowds that are coming up. Yeah, hardly anybody goes this way. And this Howard Trail is a little different. Kind of take it up and down and weave it through the trees over here, just below the top of the ridge. And then here soon, we're going to get some pretty good views coming down. And we're going to continue on the Howard Trail over to the Mill Creek Trail. And it looks like we have now topped out on the ridge up here. We're going to take it across for a few minutes and then start dropping it down. I think you get much better views to the east coming down this way. You can see over there to the Horsetooth Reservoir and beyond. And as we come down the Howard Trail, we can see over to the Arthur's Rock Trail, and that thing just zigzags right up the side of Arthur's Rock. No wonder why we were sweating so much. That thing goes straight up. I think we're getting pretty close to reconnecting with the Arthur's Rock Trail down here. And this Howard Trail is definitely a lot longer. However, it's much more mellow. It's not as rocky. It's pretty smooth and not nearly as steep. And we're officially back on the Arthur's Rock Trail. We reconnected with it right here at the top of the meadow. And of course, here at the end of the hike, the clouds are starting to break up and the blue sky is coming out again. Yeah, we had that for about 5 minutes on the way up, and then it just got all gray and nasty the whole time. And just like clockwork, as soon as we made it back to the Arthur's Rock Trailhead, the sun came out. It's just now 11:20, so that took an hour and 20 to come down. Took us 1:05 to get up. And I think that Howard Trail is probably right around 1 mile longer than the Arthur's Rock Trail. Total distance on that's got to be around 4, with the net elevation gain of about 1,200 feet. Well, we hope you enjoyed that hike, and until the next one, y'all, peace.